Your Excellency, I'm sure that you are mindful of our desire to change the name of the Greater Accra region to the Ga-Dangme region.
For Greater Accra name to be changed to Ga-Dangme, with respect, Niga, that one is not your responsibility, it is my responsibility.
Me obia me bo culture no de Europa. Say we need to at any point in time recognize our culture. Now said the nyina say culture the way and a friend say life of
the way and life
of a group of people. Ma min twi adwin si ne ma bi so yi say all the culture ewura Ghana will be breaking it into so many ethnic groups and also tribes, right? But yenyi Ghana insi honum say Ghana ye culture ne de Ghana yenyi na ye womu ye no ye de si won ye de kro Ghana na there should also be a culture for Ghanaians. Obi hu obeka say we ye Ghana ni na mum onko ka say we ye Asantini ana we ye Northna. But what I say obi ewa amanone na on free Ghana no hu Ghana enema ben ena odi be hu Ghana
ana obi hu say ade we a Ghana
enti no enema bi wo hono ma ebegina enyini na abegina wa represent ama Ghana, not the tribe wa ebi efrimu ba na its origin.
Okay.
Often a brother a year me ka Africa hanum say I think say West Africa hanum say baby abekobia use most of the countries omu use motorbike omu friend Okada. Yeah. But Okada free fan a buy.
Nigeria.
Very good. Yeah. But it has become so popular that you care about the origin again. It's something that represents the West African motorbike say your friend Okada.
Yeah.
Oba ye manyimu a ye fe bibi edinkra symbol.
Yeah.
Bebia obefa wo wiase abehu symbol ni bia no ehefa na connected to edinkra no, but it represent what? Ghana.
Yeah.
Nti edinkra symbol ebi ni bebia wo wiase eje se Ghana. Ana meboa.
Yeah.
That is it. And so who say jinyame broni bia ye jinyame edan koma enye ho na akọ describe say we ye akanfo a symbol. What you call it is a Ghanaian symbol, because I elevated from that background to actually represent us as a nation. Me pachoti ase mamenfa embra yeduane ayedim banku particular tribe bi aduane
nkranfo
me boy.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you say how Banku has become popular as Ghana hanum say every corner even omo free amanone they tasty Banku, they call it Ghanaian food. It's no more.
They don't even care.
It's no more. Yes, where it originated from. Same as wache.
Yes.
What I say, wache is a Ghanaian food, but you say a tribe bina. Enti me kan yema we nyina besi so say ye do babia enyema bitimi be representing not because a free nkofo we mo ne bae, but it has become so popular that it is now a Ghanaian thing. Enti me Facebook me control say Akwaaba is a Ghanaian word. It's now a Ghanaian word, not an Akan word. And people did not understand.
Okay.
A free say Akwaaba no eye akanfo de anko, because that Akwaaba has become so popular. Say ushia broni bimpoa what history about Ghana how no be catch Akwaaba.
Yeah.
And in this direction no in nise sebi you raise this kind of argument about it, say, we are here for there, we are here until say, you will say. Mamefa, the word trotro. Do you know the history of trotro? Me say Binoska de onu. Say trotro.
Nearly nanka baby sao.
So you say trotro.
Wo fa kele wele kra.
Trotro. Eya dia nationwide. Car ye commercial van ni bia ye friend trotro. But trotro free in the buy if it kasa be mu. You get my point.
I get it.
Now you want into make us say be a Ghanaian word. We should understand say doom so. Me not sure say you be doom light. Ama obia sebi or ye anguneni aka doom so no ewo. Anguna kasem.
Ne kura mi njawa no say o ka kwashi okwa. You see I say word a word dictionary. Yeah. But kwashoko krankasa.
We should understand it from that direction. Na ebema yenuanom na omo fight for sa change na tiase say this is not about tribe. Otiase.
Yeah.
The conversation has lifted above tribalism. It's actually an identity now. And to say a free hand bonkumo on the phone the buy obia obefro trotro and a jom friend keke oba Ghana hanum say a sit trotro oko hinfa baby and to obia oye ho a o free Ghana air ko ni krom bia no or kwa or say Ghana for car omofro commercial no ye friend trotro e ho hia say asantefoɔ ana say I before and as we be say yenso yenfa ye de edinia yenso ye de beto ye de so. And that's why I'm saying say Ghana itself, Ghana has a culture. And these are some of the things that my identity no as Ghanaians. And so let's embrace it regardless whatever. Obianka say projecting your language is bad. And I say Oobake no say ye the babeka and ye bad, but that conversation where now some of our Ghana brothers and sisters are lifting this conversation to know tribalism, and that is not a healthy conversation for us now as a people, as Ghanaians. Ota say ye prese ye be kabum ni nyina ye nya that identity as Ghanaians no. This shouldn't bring a fight or a way between us, because we are there. If now that and I say me who say the Ghana master some of the ladies not dressing in Ghana traditional and we posting macho very excellent.
Yeah.
Let's start projecting that.
Yeah. But
when it comes to that identity now, the Akwaaba is gone. It's well marketed. New marketed. It's marketed worldwide. That it represents Ghanaians. It doesn't represent Akans anymore.
Yeah.
It represents us as Ghanaians. Let's embrace it. Whether it's Oka Kusasio, Oka Hausao, Oka Deyo, embrace the word Akwaaba because it's a Ghanaian word. That's all that I will say.
So Garmanche says, or people around him says, I don't know whether it came from him or it came from his secretariat. They are concerned that when you come to Accra, the capital city of Ghana, and you arrive from the airport or go to any important place, the welcome that hits you is always Akwaaba, which is a can. And he's concerned that Akwaaba, you can do Akwaaba at the Kumasi, Prempeh the First Airport, you can do Akwaaba at the Sunyani Airport, you can do Akwaaba at Domahine's Palace sometime, and you cannot do Akwaaba in Accra where there are guns. It's generated a bit of conversation. People think that it's unnecessary. People think it's important that he puts his foot down. People think that the people in Accra are being taken for granted, even though this is their land. I saw a Facebook post that was also delineating the statistical data on how many people are in Accra who are Dagbanis, how many people are in Accra who are Bonus, how many people are in Accra who are Kans, etc., etc. all that is a matter of data and statistics. But this is an anthropological conversation, and it's sociology. The people of Accra are concerned, the government is concerned that you can't come to Accra and then be calling yourself, be indicating account things. So as we were going through the document, I saw this very important article by Kweku Azar, our friend in America. Chief, how are you? Okay, his photograph came, but they went. Yeah, Chief, how are you? Good evening. You and I don't agree on many things, but this one, I think I agree with you. Do I agree? I think it's just important. It's food for thought. I do not necessarily agree or disagree with him, but it's important food for thought. And it shows some thinking went through it. Let's read what he wrote. Okay, so this is what he said. He said on social media, Facebook it was, that we have certain words or terms that have been nationalized. They are so deeply embedded in everyday life that they transcend ethnic, regional, or even linguistic boundaries. These words cut across tribes and tongues. No matter where you go in the country, people understand them. They have crossed into popular consciousness, everyday conversation, and even national identity. Let's not fight these words. Let's embrace them as part of our shared national identity. I like his preamble. The preamble that he sets out is very important. And so in the following paragraphs, he's going to explain and defend the preamble that he has placed on this thing. Let's look at it now. Okay. He says, and he's inviting other people to also write their own words. You know that I'm in a research with some people. We are trying to show, and maybe in this month of Homowa, we'll bring it up. We're trying to show words in Ga and Tree, Akan Tree, that are used for the same thing. They mean the same thing. Akan and Tree. Utirinkwa is used by the Gans to welcome a baby, is used by the Akans to welcome a baby. Is the same word, Utirinkwa, and the same, it means the same thing. And there are many of those words that we are putting together. But here's another example of what Kweku Azar talks about. It's interesting. He says, my top 10 national words. So he calls them national words. He says that these words should not be seen in the context of a language connected to a tribe. It should not be seen in the context of a tribal expression. It should be looked at as a national word. It has come to gain national acceptability, irrespective of the language from which it derives. So let's look at it. Akwaaba is an Akan word that means welcome. Ghana's calling card to the world. It's Akwaaba, it's Akan. Ayeko, he says, is Ghana. It says, well done. Congratulations. The universal praise word. Chale, he says, is Ghana. It means buddy, my friend. Probably the most popular Ghanaian slang word globally is Chale, and is Ghana. It's used by everyone. Trotro, I didn't know Trotro was Ghana. I didn't know that. Trotro is Ghana and is used as a minibus transport, the great leveler. All of us have a Trotro story. So you go to Kumasi, they say, make a fat Trotro. You go to Cape Coast, they say, Efa Trotro. You go to Nzima, they say Trotro. You go to Volta region in Jalukopa, they say Trotro. You go to Gumprugu Yoyo, it's Trotro. But Trotro is actually a Ghana word. Very interesting. So Trotro is Ghana, is used by everyone. Cocoa is Akan, is used for porridge, a breakfast staple across the regions. So cocoa is Akan. In Ghana, they say cocoa, miae cocoa. You go to Moli Dagbani, is cocoa, Awusa cocoa, Mori cocoa, all of that. Cocoa is Akan, but it's used by everyone. National word. Very interesting. There are a few more. Obroni is Akan. Foreigner, especially white person, from playful tease to everybody, everyday descriptor. And for whatever reasons, always Kwesi. So they say Kwesi Bruni. I don't know whether the Ghanaians say Bruni. I'm not sure how they say it. I've not heard it many times. But yes, Bruni is universal. Dumso is Akan. On and off power outage, sadly nationalized by shared experience. So they say Dumso. I'm a fair Dumso, eh? Dumso Dumso is Akan, but the Ghanaians use it. The same way that Akans also use the Trotro. And then you have another one, Akweteshi. Akweteshi is Ghana. Akweteshi has a political connotation, so I know it's Ghana. Akweteshi is broken into Oobake, Noba Nufio. And where does Akweteshi come from? Akweteshi comes from the ban imposed by the colonial authority in Ghana because they were banning the local gin. And then they wanted to introduce their Campari and red label and black label, which is far more expensive and perhaps presented as superior to the Akweteshi, until Kasapreko came back and redid our akpeteshi, recalibrated akpeteshi and made it into a hip drink. Akpeteshi was thought to be for people of low level, those of us foot soldiers. The akpeteshi was for us, and then the Campari is for the other people, that kind of thing. So akpeteshi is gone. It sounds a bit away if you look at it, but it's gone because it's in those days when it was banned. When you want to take akpeteshi, it is a banned substance. So they'll take you to court at the colonial court, and perhaps they will imprison you. So you drink it in secret. You take the akpeteshi in secret. So Oobake, so kpeteshi is to bend. That's why I'm doing that. So you bend a little bit, you take the drink, and then you sip a little bit, you beat your chest, and then you move on. Oobake. So that's akpeteshi. It's a Ga word, local gin, loved, feared, and forever cognac, as they say. So you go to Kumasi today, and you go to Pankrono Estates. Mama akpeteshi ni be know why, but akpeteshi is Ga. Okay, all right. Shinkafa is Hausa for rice. He says, I don't know that. That's not too common, isn't it? Shinkafa is Hausa for rice, the everyday grain that feeds the nation. And then Jigodi is Ewe, and it means patience. So you go to Makola market, two people are fighting. Hey, Charlie, but Jigodi more. Jigodi feel. Jigodi is Ewe, but Ghana people use it too. I thought because I talked about akpeteshi, you see I'm coughing. Sorry. It's 17 minutes to the top of the hour at 3 o'clock. What did I say? Oobake no ba no feel. All right. So Kwegu Azad, this is a beautiful article. I have to congratulate you for this. I think that he's doing very well. This is good. This really feeds into our social thinking and makes us think about what we are doing. Really, really good. He didn't come out to criticize the Gamanche or to support him, but he presents a very beautiful thesis about all of these things. Chief, this one salute, one salute.
Greater Accra traditional leaders and to call my remupim, Equama Yeremo Mokono, 7 Pediasa, Nyansa Bianim. In Chirimari Menyanfa Subia also. The necessary thing I was saying, Major went to her, and an unnecessary fight, and I'm fighting. Where a lose fight. What in America? No? Airport, Kotoka International Airport, no, da hono, Chireme, Sika, what is see, Mwahin in a Greater Accra Asseneso. Greater Accra Assene da hono, and Mwa, Momo de Boagan, and any way. Interchanges are grow my Greater Accra. Wa friend den o man Japade akro o man Sisi Accra e mu ahen na sika na fi wa friend den Greater Accra asase ne so akwan akro o metwitwa enne Accra ejina ne na so ya Accra no sika o mode ye found what they build Accra no e mu ahen na fi Accra e fi nkran asase so. Sometimes traditional leaders no mu be able to say mo fra bi a sebe wo nim one left from one right en crime poano nyina ye bin amanfo de nkran mpoano adan toilet sebe ohine nyansani biara ni wa wasore se or the kum ana or the fight against mpoano a wonene ko UAE ko Qatar ko other countries na kohwe won mpoano wudidi na aduane to form kra utumi fa na wasen yedi compared to wo mpoano e wa Accra ohine nyansani be na asore se fight against mpoano a wonene. She Greater Accra Langas e wudi a Langas e di amanfo ewu obi aba wo hene no ho abeto asase no na Langas e tatai no Langas nti obi ewu Messi ni ofi echichiri baby oba bedi pa won kran ye kum no Langas nti obi eye wo frɛ ne den Apache Langas nti obi na ba kwa asɛi Langas nti no obi ani ba kwa asɛi ohine nyansani biara ni ho ever since sasem we de bia bibisa me ho se nti langa di wo friend na Greater Accra traditional leaders no and even moreover no yen leaders no won't me here bibi mfa langas ho ana ohine nyansani be na asori wo Greater Accra so fighting against langas anum na ye the most important thing na wo friend na den da chinchirima ba benya ho mfa so mon fight langas mon fight empoano a wonene anu na ye the most important na Akwaaba ya tro wo frɛ ene mo sisa din Kotoka no so mo sɔre a mo de mo satena kanfo so ena kanfo ye tribalism ena santefo ye tribalism ena mo kanfo no mo ye tribalism sin obia ni a Greater Accra ma sɔre a mo ye tribalism be na sin we ya sele Akwaaba de daw Akwaaba de ntre ha afa ba bia listen wona mobroni krom no approach you no bisa o na ka so ye Ghana ni a ade bi pe na oka na opeso prove it so te Ghana kasa etesen Akwaaba asa wo Greater Accra Ghana kasa no mean disrespect wo kasa no ba me pese me ka kire wo say e wo within Greater Accra why even Greater Accra ni mpo no enye ba bia na Ghana kasa na ko ye wo baby wo Greater Accra ho no ma akan kasa na se twi no eje ntra ha fa ho no wa Ghana kasa no entimi mfa ho enti ye nyina as Ghanaians no aden na ye nyina ye mfa ye ho bom mfa ye ntama bom en accept say twi kasa en dominate wo Ghana wo ye den kasa biara ni wa betimi abe fight akan kasa na se twi kasa no na asante kasa ye mfa ne sa meme nya santini by ne abase yesi yento aba enyi kasa ba kwa ye de be ye Ghana kasa nya sabe ka kire mi se menja maku apem twi ne nto wonko tusu asante twi because asante twi no afa ba bia wo Ghana Oobake wo se eno no ebe ye den ama Greater Accra ebe ye den ama Greater Accra yense sa de din Greater Accra enyi enfrem Ghana dangbe eno no ebe ye den anti-voter regions, you say Igbe region, other region, you see, mona mode tribalism, eba, ne mono, mo yes, I said, we are the way we are near pointing Sawas and the Fosso. Sanqua Siadia, more years, yes, Sadi, Akwaaba, and Oobake, in class of Fonte Pafubi, Etnet and Sawas and the Fosso, and as Santa Funim say, Omukwana, and so Dia Akwaaba, and Yas Santa Fode. Akwaaba ya kan kasa nyina fantefo ka Akwaaba ekuapem ka Akwaaba buno ka Akwaaba ya kan ni nyina munja ya ahoya enye wo yonko enye wo na ye wo yonko a na chese you see ebibifu ho bebi a ewo se wode ye to na hwa na wode ye ato no na se yansesa ye suban ahoya honhom peseme nkuminya honhom enye me na ye menua a metan no honhom ye bekoso atena ane na ya atena ye bi mu enti ni Greater Accra fo mo ye no kware mu no emfa so bia ambre Greater Accra mon fight good ten mon po anu nyina dan bi hwe choko ye tan gates mu nyina dan bi e wo choko eno no makama anu atum langas ene hawa manfo ma beton sa so mo amahemfo no ho no the necessary thing na yes mo fight for no mo fighting for unnecessary thing na mo fight for wise up Moye traditional leaders.
The Akwaaba sign at the Kutuka International Airport is not the property of the Ghana government, but by a private company. They bought the advertising space for their advert, and it is MTN. It is Akwaaba at the airport. It's an MTN advert. It is not government property. They paid for the space. The fact that MTN is in Accra doesn't mean they should use a Ghana word for their advert. It is not written anywhere in the constitution. Ghana is a democratic land. So the Ghana state, Gamanche, if you want Oobake to be represented at the airport, the Ghana state should also buy an advertising space for it to be displayed, because this is a private advert, not a state-sponsored display to welcome visitors to Ghana. So I believe this your argument, it doesn't hold water, truth be told. Are you aware also that Gamanche, that there is a lounge at the Kutuka International Airport called Akwaaba Airport Lounge? I believe this also belongs to a private person. Are you going to tell the person to also change their company name from Akwaaba Airport Lounge to Oobake Airport Lounge? You can't do it. You will lose it in court. So please, if you want Oobake to be displayed like this at the airport, just go and buy an advertising space, just like MTN did and chose Akwaaba. This is simple. Ghana needs development. Ghana state needs development and cleanliness, and not a word to represent at the airport. Anukwale ele kumi penny. Minke bukwanene. Can you tell me about Akwaaba Airport? Near here advertising space, because Akwaaba near airport MTN here advertising space. Private company. We not trying to word needs to make a fair advert. Yeah, you are done. Ghana. $20 jame. Yeah, no maintain na can $20. Yeah, you are done.
Oobake. Ah, Oobake. Obi a metu kan ba me ba nchen Oobake.
Na ga pede, ti so nya kwa baby mu. Oobake. E pa Akwaaba. E ko Oobake.
Ah, semuni.